our daily good news for Wednesday, August the 19th. A reading from the Gospel of John, perhaps one of the most well-known stories from John's Gospel. After this, Jesus went across the Sea of Galilee, some call it Tiberias. A huge crowd followed him, attracted by the miracles they had seen him do among the sick. When he got to the other side, he climbed a hill and sat down, surrounded by his disciples. It was nearly time for the feast of Passover, which was kept annually by the Jews. When Jesus looked out and saw a large crowd had arrived, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy bread to feed these people?" He said this to stretch Philip's faith, for he already knew what he was going to do. Philip answered, 200 silver pieces wouldn't be enough to buy bread so that each person would even get a piece. One of the disciples, it was Andrew, brother to Simon Peter, said, "There's a little boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but that's a drop in the bucket for a crowd like this." Jesus said, "Make the people sit down." There was a nice carpet of grass in this place. The people sat down, about 5,000 of them. And then Jesus took the bread, and having given thanks, gave it to those who were seated. He did the same with the fish. All ate as much as they wanted. When the people had eaten their fill, he said to the disciples, "Gather the leftovers so that nothing is wasted." They went to work and filled 12 large baskets with leftovers from the 5 barley loaves. The people realized that God was at work among them in what Jesus had just done. They said, "This is the prophet for sure, God's prophet right here in Galilee." Jesus saw that in their enthusiasm they were about to grab him and make him king. So he slipped off and went back up the mountain to be by himself. The Gospel of Christ. And a reflection on prudence from Forward Day by Day. Prudence is often not born out of abundance, or is it? Jesus doesn't travel with stockpiles of food. He has sandals and a robe at the least. He's not identified by his material possessions. I have never considered Jesus lacking, though. He oozes abundance. Perhaps his abundance looks different than the abundance I've been taught to see. His is the kind of abundance you can take to a cross, the kind that will carry you through your final agonized moments of life to the abundance of death. We stockpile to prepare for fearful events, but Jesus shows us that when we pay attention to the miracles around us, even the broken pieces can nourish us. God bless Jesus for gathering the fragments. Waste not, want not. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe, be kind to one another, and don't forget to pick up the fragments.